Okay, let's talk Stila Star Light Star Bright today. Let's get on this. Hey there everybody, long time no film. I know I've been a bad YouTuber. Just a few things before I get started in the video. If my hair looks weird, it's still a little bit wet. I don't like to use heat on it, so I'm just letting it dry. Also, from far, my thumbnail, it might look dirty. It's not dirty, it's dried blood. Gross, I know. I was making butternut squash soup and chopping carrots, and then my finger ended up where the carrot was supposed to be, and I almost chopped my finger off. But I like to let it air out when I'm at home, because when I'm at work I do cover it with a band-aid because it's very gross and gory up close. So with no more details, we're just going to move on. But if you see my thumb, just try not to look. I'll try and hide it a little bit. So today I want to share with you the new Stila Star Light Star Bright highlight palette. And I think that name is the cutest thing you could name a highlight palette. So it does come with 3 different shades. So you have Transcendence, which is their like opalescent pink shade. You have Kitten, which is their iconic eyeshadow, highlight, gloss, everything shade. And that's a shimmering pink nude. And then you have Bronze. As for Bronze, it says it all in the name. It's got that sun-kissed glow to it. So what's cool about these is that it's almost got that like cushion feel to them when you touch them, when you swatch them with your fingers. It's like bouncy and it goes down, almost creamy, but it's a powder at the same time. So if I swatch them for you right now, this is Transcendence. Then we have Kitten. And then Bronze. So pretty, so shimmery, and they almost have like a wet look to them. As I said before, these aren't very powdery like the standard highlights that you're used to, which means that transferring them from palette to cheek is different from how you would normally use a highlight palette. I would normally use just a little fan brush like this, or even a really big fluffy brush like this if I want to go like all out highlight on the cheek. But because this is so bouncy and creamy, you can't be using fluffy brushes like that because it just doesn't transfer. And the first time I used it, I was really disappointed in the palette because I was like, the color payoff is amazing on my fingers. Why won't it go on my face? Like I'm supposed to rub it on my cheeks. But I've since learned if you use a smaller compact brush like this one, this is just the e.l.f. small tapered brush, or even a flat foundation brush like this one, which is just a Sephora Pro foundation brush, it's going to apply on your cheekbones so much easier, and you're not going to be going in with your brush 1,000 times trying to get the highlight to work. So I'm going to be using Kitten today and showing you just how pretty this can be. So I tend to go in with that small tapered brush first and apply it to my cheekbones. And you could already see the glow that we've got going on. And then in any places where you want to build up the highlight, you can go in with that flat brush, or even use your fingertips, honestly. So that's one side with Kitten, and then the other side with nothing, with just my blush and bronzer and contour. The difference that it makes is outstanding. So now that my highlight is all fleeky, let's talk a little bit more about this. So now that my highlight's all fleeky, let's talk a little bit more about this. So this Starlight Star Bright palette is a limited edition for the holiday season. These shades will be available afterwards, I think in the springtime, individually for sale. So you don't need to buy all 3 colors if you're not going to be using all 3 colors. I personally needed the whole thing because I've been having a little problem lately with highlight. Although I don't like to call it a problem, but it's a problem. So I needed the palette in my life. My favorite shade would be the Kitten. It just works for all skin tones. For darker skin women, the Bronze, or even to layer on top of a blush or bronzer. And then the Transcendence shade if you want more of a pop of color as your highlight. So that's it, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this quick little review of the Starlight Star Bright palette from Stila. And I'll see you next time.